Hey guys, and welcome back to Her Revision Podcast, a podcast for women who are rewriting the stories that they tell themselves and that the world tells them. And hello, welcome back. My name is Jasmine Lachey. I'm your hostess with the mostest. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, it's late. I mean, real late. It's currently 11:11, actually. And normally I'm in bed. As you can tell from my voice, I am tired. Or, I'm usually trying to wind down around this time. But tonight, first of all, I don't even record this late ever. I'm always recording in the morning or in the afternoon. But something in me just would not let me rest. And I've been sitting here thinking, overthinking. Because let's be real, that's my default, right? And I realized I need to talk it out on my podcast, because where else would I do it, right? This is the best place. So this episode is going to be different. It's not planned. It's not polished. It's just me being as real and as raw, because that's where I'm at right now. I want to be vulnerable. I'm a little unsure, not going to lie, but I want to be open. So if you're up, which at whatever time you choose to listen to this episode, whether you're wrestling with your thoughts or maybe you just feel stuck, I don't know. Let's just figure it out together. Because sometimes I feel like we all need that reminder that we are not alone in this feeling that I'm about to explain. So have you ever noticed how your brain gets the loudest when everything else is quiet? Like, during the day, we got distractions. Like, I'm distracted during the day. I got work. I got errands I might be running, social media that I might be on, although I'm taking my hiatus, so it's really like YouTube videos all day, whatever. But when it's just you in the silence, that's when thoughts creep in, especially for me, like the doubts, the fears, the what ifs. I've been having so many what ifs lately, and my mind has really been on one. It's like every insecurity I've ever had wants to remind me that I'm not ready. And by ready, I mean like not ready for my dreams, not ready for love, not ready for growth of any kind. Like, honestly, I've caught myself agreeing with those thoughts, which is so freaking dangerous, y'all. It's so dangerous, because the truth is, those doubts and the things that have been coming in and popping into my mind lately are not from God. That's something I've been trying to remind myself of. That, like, overthinking is just fear. It's fear in disguise. And my brain is trying to protect me from failure, which I appreciate, right? I'm glad that I got a brain. I'm glad that my brain is trying to stop me from feeling fear and rejection and pain. And I love that for me. But fear is not my friend. Fear is the thing that keeps me stuck, y'all. Especially if you let it. It will keep you stuck, and I just can't. I refuse to let it. I don't care how many times I think about it. I can't let it, right? Let me share actually something that I heard tonight that hit me like a ton of bricks. I was listening to Kyra Amunique's YouTube video, her vlog tonight, and in one of her comments, somebody had said something I've actually heard before, and I think I might have said it before on an old TikTok video, but it says that God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. And y'all, when I tell you, like, just seeing that again really snatched me, it snatched me up by my edges, okay? Because how often do we stop ourselves from moving forward because we don't feel good enough? Like, I've been in kind of like a mental rut because I feel like I'm not where I should be. Like, and then this is just me being so real. There are moments when I question if I'm even built for the things that I say I want. Like, whether it's growing this podcast, which of course y'all know is a big thing to me, especially to like a national level, because I really want that, or even finding the right relationship romantically. I will catch myself thinking, like, Jazz, what makes you think you're so special? Like, why would this work out for you? With all the shit that you've been through, how could this be, like, at any point in time a happily ever after for you? And I know some of y'all feel that too. Like, I know that sounds extremely negative, but I cannot be the only one that thinks like that. whether it's in your career or a relationship or just the way that you show up for yourself on a daily basis. I cannot be alone. But what I'm starting to realize is, what if the thing that we think disqualifies us is the very thing that God will use? Like what if the mess, the struggles, all the imperfection, that's the thing that makes us relatable? That's the thing that makes us ready. Like, even me getting on this mic at 11:11, which, hello, angel number, but maybe that slight messy behavior, that slight imperfection from the norm is what makes this so worth it, is what makes me so ready, because I am willing. Now, I'd be lying if I said, like, this mind shift or like the mindset shift is easy, right? Because it's not, especially when you're dealing with real adversity. Y'all know, like, I've had my fair share. I've talked about it on the podcast, from me just trying to manage my day-to-day, navigating relationships, figuring out how to build a life that feels true to me, revising my story, or whatever that may look like. It has not been easy, right? There are days where I feel like, and this may be dramatic as hell, but there are days when I just feel like the world is against me. Like, no matter how much I try, there is always something that's like holding me or pushing me back. But what I'm trying to get into my head day after day, and it is a learning, it is a process. What I'm trying to learn is that adversity isn't a stop sign. It's not a stop. It's not even a detour. Like, it's just a part of the journey. And honestly, it's made me stronger, because I can tell that there has been a shift in me. But of course, sometimes it's hard to give yourself grace in the moment. But I do have to think about all the times that I wanted to quit. Like, y'all, I didn't want it to quit quite a few times with quite a few endeavors. But specifically for this, I didn't. And the times that I thought I wasn't enough, I kept showing up anyway. Like, I kept showing up for myself anyway. And that's what I wanted to share with y'all tonight. Like, just because it's hard does not mean that you're not on the right path. Sometimes the hard thing is the right thing. Sometimes just because it's hard does not mean it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's a stop sign. Okay, and don't get me wrong, even going further than that, I have been thinking about trust a lot lately. And not just trusting other people, right? But trusting myself. More specifically, trusting God. Trusting the process, even when the process don't make sense. And let me tell you, that's hard. Like, it's hard for someone like me. I'm a planner, okay? I like to know what's next. I want to know what's certain. I want to know what is happening. But this season of my life, y'all, it's been, if I've realized anything, this season has been all about surrender. It's been about, like, letting go of this need to just have all the answers, because I don't. I have to be okay with just taking the next step. Like, you don't have to have it all figured out. Just take the next step, even if it's scary, because it has been quite a few times. And that's what faith looks like, though, right? Like, taking the leap even when you can't see what's in front of you. And honestly, y'all, I'm learning that God's net, like his safety net for us, is always there. Even if you can't see it in the moment, he's already gone ahead of you. He's already cleared the path. Like, he's cleared my path. He's made a way. I just can't see it, but that doesn't mean it's not there. I just have to trust him enough to walk it. So if you're sitting here while you're listening to me right now, you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling scared, or I don't know, just feeling tired, let me remind you of something. You are more capable than you think. That dream that you have, that calling that you got on your life, it is not random. It is not a coincidence, okay? It's not accidental. God put it there for a reason. He put that in you for a reason, despite all the stuff that might be going on in your life right now, despite all the thoughts that you might be thinking. God put that in your path for a reason. And I get it. It's hard. It's hard to keep going when you don't see the results yet. When the progress feels very slow. When setbacks feel extremely overwhelming. But I am here to tell you that you gotta keep going. Do it scared. Do it scared, y'all. Do it messy. Do it unsure. Just do it. Like Nike. That was very corny. I'm sorry for that. But I say that to say, just because you'll never know what's on the other side of your obedience if you don't take that first step. If you don't take that second or third step. Shit, the first step is only half the battle. You got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. So before I wrap this up, because this was a little quick episode and hopefully y'all rocked with it. It just was on my heart, and I know that's nothing but God, but I just want to say something that I don't say enough on my podcast. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for the hard days. I want to cry, y'all. I'm grateful for the hard days because it's taught me resiliency. If there's one thing that I can give myself props for, I'm a very resilient person. Despite everything that I've been through, I am a very resilient person. I'm grateful for the times that I've doubted myself because it has reminded me to lean on God. Even when I'm in my head and I come back, to a grounded a grounded point, it reminds me to lean on Him. And last but not least at all, I am so grateful for you. You who's listening to me right now, because it means that I am not alone in this journey and you are not alone. Life is messy, y'all. Like, it's unpredictable. It's overwhelming as hell sometimes. And even through all of that, at the same time, it's beautiful. Like, I think that at the end of the day, that is the point. To show up fully, even when it's hard. To trust that the things that you're working toward are not in vain. They're not. And you just got to believe that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, even if it does not feel like it. So I do want to challenge y'all a little bit before I take my butt to bed. Okay? Whatever's been sitting on your heart, whether it's a dream, a goal, or just a decision to show up for yourself, I don't know. I'm challenging you to take a step toward it. Even if it's small, even if it is scary as hell, because the world is waiting on you for something that only you can bring. There might be 1,001 people, 1,000,001 people doing the one thing that you have a calling for, but nobody can bring it to the table quite like you can. God's got you. He's already qualified you for the thing that He's called you to do. All you have to do is trust Him enough to say yes. He's done most of the legwork. All you have to do is trust Him. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap this up because I'm getting a little too emotional over here. So I just want to say thank you for listening, for sharing this moment with me. I will catch you next time. And don't forget to like this if you're watching me or listening to me on YouTube. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Of course, don't forget to rate the podcast if you're listening to me on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever else you stream Her Revision. Until next time. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I say bye, go ahead and click the link to go and subscribe to my newsletter where I'm giving you guys weekly doses of just a deep dive into my mind, whether it's a recap, a diary entry, if you will, updates. I do it weekly. Go ahead and hit the link to subscribe. Anyways, until next time, bye.